Hello all, it's Ann here at the Scrappy Scribe, and I have been doing a new devotional now for the past 3 months from By the Well for God, and I just got my December kit today, and I thought that since I've been doing this now for a little while and I kind of found a groove that works for me, I wanted to show you what I do when the kit first comes in order to prepare for the upcoming devotional. So these are the two main pieces that come in with all of the kits, and then I order the memory cards, which I used a couple of the first month in my Bible journaling, but then I decided I wanted to use these as actual memory cards. So I've been ordering them each month, and I have a whole nother plan for these that I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm going to. That will be in a future video. All right, so this little packet, if you've done By the Well for God devotionals, then you're familiar with all of this. Like I said, my first time was 3 months ago, and so it was very new to me. And now I just feel like I'm kind of getting a routine. So I thought that I would do this just for maybe some other newbies who might now be where I was 3 months ago. And this might not be a routine that works for everybody, but it works for me. So I always take my bookmarkers off right away. And there's some other little cards that I end up putting all these together. So in this one, each packet is just a little bit different, but they usually have some journaling cards. And these have lines on the back. I'm not going to get too much into that. There's a lot of people who do unboxings, and that's not really what this video is about, but just to give you an idea. And then the little card has the current kit, and then there's always a sneak peek of the kit that's coming up. So this will be coming, the January kit will be coming in late December. And then in this cute little bag are the other components of the devotional. This is always like Christmas. Honestly, like when I first started this, let's see, September, October, November, I think this is my fourth. Yeah, I started with Fear the Lord, handcrafted, yeah, okay, and one another, and then this one. So this is my fourth. This is my fourth kit doing these, and I have been faithfully doing the devotional. I love these devotionals. I love them. I can't even stress how much I love these devotionals, because I've done a lot of devotionals and a lot of Bible studies. And I just was looking for something that was deeper, and I love these devotionals. As you can see, I'm still here 4 months later. Okay, so there are some more of these inside. So you can see this is another one of these little verse cards. So I stack all my cards together. All right, and then there's the cute little pen. I have my pens on my window, and I just keep hanging them there every month. I like them there. It's like little buttons, and it's just a reminder of the study. Okay, so when I open it, I have all these packets. This really is not an unboxing, but I'm trying to show you how my mind kind of puts all this together. So you have the devotional book, and then you have the little packet of ephemera papers and the watercolor dots. And if you've been doing this, you know, but if you're a newbie like I was 4 months ago, 3 months ago, you know, this is geared to those people that were like me. There's always a sticker that matches. I have not used any of my stickers from the months I've started yet. I haven't decided what I'm doing with these. I kind of want to do a scripture book in addition to my Bible journaling, and so I've been kind of holding off on certain supplies for that. There is a set of stamps, so I always lay all the cards together, and then there's more stickers, and these stickers do not fit in the little envelope. So there's usually, I think, 3 of these that are the same size. So I take these stickers, and then there's always alphabet and numbers. I take those. I take these stickers because they won't fit in the little envelope, and I just tuck them inside my book, okay? Just like that. And then what I do is I take all of these cards that I have here. I stick these all together in that large envelope that the card was in. So this is the envelope that all of this stuff was in on the outside of the little bag. These go back in my bag because I always have to get them out and look at them. All right, and then here's the ephemera paper cuts. And I am not going to go through all of these. Oh, there's a little piece of fabric in there this month too. Okay. Anyway, these are all little paper cuts, and it's not an unboxing, so I'm not going to go through that. But they're all on the back here. So then I leave this in an envelope. So I have all of my cards and stuff in an envelope, and I have all these in an envelope. And then this is the watercolor dots. And I like to take this envelope and cut the top of the plastic so that it's just a little sleeve. And that just makes it, whoops, sorry, it's stuck to my fingers. This just gives me a little sleeve for the watercolors. And so I just have that, and that goes back in the bag so that I keep everything together. And then, like I said, the button I hang up on my window. And then I take all my little bookmarks and I just drop them down in the bag. Okay, so those two things, now I have everything in my bag. All right, this is an important part of my prep. Hopefully this is not glaring too bad. I'm using my iPad. But I go to the website and I go to the kit that I purchased. And when you tap on that, hello, and you get the pictures, you can scroll, and I have the ink pads and stuff. I don't use those as often. The main thing that I use are the brushes. Okay, and I need to get this there. Okay, the Pitt brushes. Now these are the Pitt Big Brush. I use the regular Pitt brush pens. But I pull this up, and then this is my bag for doing my Bible journaling so that I can grab it and go anywhere with it. I can do it on the couch, in my studio. I can take it if I'm going out of town for a weekend or whatever is going on. If I have this little bag with me, I have this bag, and my book, when I'm done with it, goes back in here. So I have this bag, and I have this bag, and I have my Bible. So it's easy for me to take places. So here's what I do. I look at my pens. Now, I may not always have all these colors. And right now, because I'm not done with one another yet, there's a lot of stuff in here, you guys. I'm just going to dump it out. Okay. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff fits in this little bag. Okay, so I always have adhesive. I have two kinds. And I have my little scissors. And I have my little tweezers. And then I always have a pencil. Whoops. And I got two pens in here. I got more than two pens in here. Goodness. I have a black pen, but somehow it's because I pick them up around the house and they get thrown in. So I make sure I have a pencil and a black pen. White out, just in case. And then the rest of these are my pens. So these pens are for one another. These are all colors for one another right now. And I'm not done with that. But here's what I do. I look at the colors of the Pitt pens and I see if I have those colors. And if I have them, I use those colors. And if I don't have them, then I have to supplement with something else. So what I do sometimes is if I don't have the exact color, I will take the paper cutouts or the stickers and I'll just do little swatches of these on paper and I'll just match them as close as I can. They don't have to be perfect. You know, they just have to be in the basic color theme. So if I don't have the exact colors on here, I just match them the best I can. I don't worry about them being exact. So for right now, I've got these, and I'll just probably pull this yellow, and then I'll have my colors for this devotional month. These are the colors that I pulled out for one another, okay? So I pull my colors, and then I put those colors right in my bag. And then I always have my white pen. Look, I have 2 pencils in there too. Man, I've been throwing a bunch of stuff in my bag this month. I'll tell you what. I have my my black Tombow brush pen. Okay, this one's a waterproof one, so I can letter in my Bible, and I know that it's not going to bleed or run. So I have that in there, and then it looks like I've got some extras of these in here too. So I don't use all of these in my Bible. And my small one was running out, or maybe my extra small. I don't know. All right, if I have a medium, a fine, and a small, because I don't use really wide ones. I use my brush pen, and then I have these. And for writing tiny little things, I just use my black pen. But lettering that I want to make sure it's not going to bleed, I do use the Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens, and this is the set of black that you can get. Comes with multiples. I think there's 6 or 7. So anyway, so I have my black ones. I throw those in there, okay? And then I have my pen and pencil. I throw that in there. And of course, like I said, I have this stuff that I put in here. Okay, so all my journaling stuff's in there. Now, the other thing that I pick out, and these are not color swatched, but those are my highlighters. And I use my highlighters a lot for my devotional. This green is slightly different. That one's a little brighter for the one another. And I think that's it for my green, because that's more teal-ish. All right, so I have a green. And then let's find a red. Oh, wait, we could find a blue while I'm at it. A blue-ish blue, that's too light. This looks more wintry to me. Or this one. Oh, it's so hard to decide. I think I'm gonna go with a lighter one. Okay, and then I need a red, some kind of a red. Oh my goodness. That is too brown. I might have to pull my mild liners out. That one might be okay. These are not all highlighters. These are just I just have them in color groups. All right, so it looks like, because I think this is too dark, I think I'm gonna end up with this one. Actually, I have a cutout that I was working on here, so I can swatch these out real quick. Oh yeah, that matches that pretty well. That's not bad. This is going to be more, oh, that's pretty bright. Oh, what was my other blue? This is probably going to be too dark. Oh, that's really bright. Yeah, I don't like that one. And they don't have to be perfect. What's this one look like? That's pretty teal. I kind of like it though, because it matches that. Maybe I will do that. I think I might. Oh, I think I might do that one. All right. Okay, done. All right, I'm putting these back in my bag because I'm still doing one another. I'm not done with that yet. All right, so my bag is put back together. And so basically 2 things. I go through, now depending on what you use, there are color swatches. Those of you that have been doing this, again, you already know this, but for people that are new like me, there are color swatches. And it took me, I think it was my 2nd month of doing the devotionals that I realized these color swatches were on here. I did not see color swatches at the very beginning. And then I realized there were color swatches on here. So there's different brands on here, and you can scroll through depending on whether you're using like watercolor crayons or gelatos or brush pens or the oxide inks, whatever. And I do have oxide inks, and I use them sometimes, but my staples, my primary staples are my brush pens and my highlighters, and then the dot card watercolors. Because if I have my highlighters and my brush pens and my dot card, oh yeah, and the other thing that's not in my bag right now are my water brushes. And so I usually have a wide one and a skinny one, and I keep those in my bag because then that way if I am out of town, I have my water brushes with me. But I've been working in the mornings here, so they're in my little cup. Okay, so that's what I do. I get my pens and I have my little bag. My very first month, I just grabbed some highlighters and I stuck them in my bag like this. And then when I discovered the swatches, that's when I started using my brush pens. So the brush pens for now, I'm going to put them in this bag since I'm not done with one another yet. I'm going to drop those in there. That I'm still cutting things out. I started cutting things out last night and I got my kit today. How fun is that? Okay, so the next thing I do, and I won't do this all on camera, but I just wanted to talk about it for just a minute, is that I open the book, and these get stored in here, but I don't need them in here right now. I decide which highlighter is going to be for my Bible verses. And I don't read all this yet, okay? I'm just going through and marking my Bible verses. So if I decide, let's say I decide that red will be my Bible verses and then green and blue will be my note highlighters. I go ahead and I do all of this before I ever start the devotional. I just skim through here, and sometimes I miss them, but that's okay. And I find where there's a Bible verse and I highlight it. And I do this on every single page through the book. And I usually go through it twice to make sure I didn't miss any. I just go through and I keep doing this until I have highlighted every verse that I can find. And if I miss one, then when I'm doing the devotion, I come back. So I just go through and I highlight it. And I'm not going to go through the whole book. I just want to give you guys the idea. Okay, highlight it. Right? So I will do that through the whole book. So before I start the devotional, I have all these verses highlighted through the whole, from beginning to end, the whole book. I just go through and do this on every page. And then I usually will flip through again and just look at each page and see if I missed one. And then I take my faith planner and I use my monthly page in my planner. Now, not everybody has a separate planner for their faith journaling. Some people use one planner for everything, and some people don't use planners. Some people just use journals, blank journals, whatever. But because I like to know what I'm focusing on every day, I started writing these verses out on my calendar. So I know that on December 1st, these are going to be my readings. Before I even read my devotional, I read these. And on day 2, which is December 2nd, I read these, okay? So I read my Bible passage, and then I read my devotional. And as I read my devotional, then I go through and I highlight. And I usually have, one color is my primary highlighting, and then the other one is like a strong emphasis. So I highlight things, and then I have a strong emphasis on certain words or repetitions or just something that I really want to stand out. So green will probably be my regular highlight, and then blue will be my emphasis highlight. So in my books, I end up with, and I'll just show you from my one another here, I end up with 3 colors of highlights. And so all of the yellow was my Bible verses, which was all done ahead of time. And on this one, the green was my highlight, and the pinkish red was my emphasis highlight. And then I can put my notes, around the edges and stuff like that. So as I'm doing the devotion, then all of these, this one had a lot of different scripture references, which is great. But that's all done ahead of time. So I have those scriptures all figured out, and I can put them on my calendar and know what my reading is for that day. This system might not work for everybody, and it took me a while. Again, this is my 4th month of doing these devotions, and it took me a while to find a system that worked for me. I love doing it this way. I feel like I've just kind of gotten into my groove with these devotions. I have fun sitting down and going through with my highlighter and figuring out what all the scriptures are and putting it on my calendar. And it makes it really nice because when I get up in the morning, all I have to grab is, this is in here. I keep my tall stickers in there so they don't get messed up. And I just have it in here. Everything's in here. If I happen to go somewhere and I'm going to use the stamps, I'll just either take a black stamp pad, or if I have a color I want to use, I'll just grab it and throw it in, right? That's all I need. I can clean it with a baby wipe. So I just need a stamp pad. I'm good. So I have my Bible, and I have my bag, and I have my little tool pack. And so right here, I have everything I need. If I go somewhere, I can sit down and do my devotion. I hope that something about this video is helpful to someone. And if you are new to using By the Well for God devotions, I just want to welcome you. I have been amazed at how super friendly everybody is. I started doing this 3 months ago, didn't know anybody, had never even heard of By the Well for God. I can't even tell you exactly how I discovered them. I think I must have been looking at Bible journaling on Instagram, was just scrolling through some other coloring Bible pages. I think that's what it was on Instagram. And I happened to see a post that someone had done a Bible journaling page, and that's how I found out about By the Well for God. And so as I clicked on the link and went to their page, and then I think I started off, I went to Etsy, and then I went to their website. And so that's how I found them. And that was in September, October, November. Yeah, September, October, November. That's how I discovered By the Well for God. And I love these devotions. Love it, love it, love it, love it. If all I had was the book and my Bible and my highlighters, I would still love, love, love this. Even without all the creative ephemera and all that, I would love this. I love these devotions. I know I keep saying love. All right, love. We just had a huge sermon series on love, and about loving inanimate things and all that. I greatly like this. I really do enjoy these studies. So if you are new to By the Well for God, that is a lot to say at one time. Welcome to the little community. Everybody has been super friendly. I feel like I'm starting to know these gals that are using these devotions, and they're all strangers, but yet I feel like I already am starting to know them. So I hope this helped. This is just one way to do it. Everybody has their own way. There's not a right way or a wrong way. You do what works for you. But I just thought I'd share that, and I'm so excited about December. I love, love, love December. And Sunday is the first day of Advent, so I'm really looking forward to focusing on the birth of Christ and the joy of our Savior, Jesus Christ. So, thanks for watching this rather rambling video, and welcome to my new channel on YouTube. And I hope you guys will come back soon. Bye!